See, the Diddy apologist to blame the victim pipeline it's there.
And what the hell is your obsession with Sean Diddy Combs? Honey, I've been to a lot of the parties, okay? Don't get me wrong, they were amazing. But at the same time, honey, your obsession is really bonkers. It's scary almost. In the latest press conference regarding Dacara Thompson, her mom said, okay, she would like privacy and she would like for people to stop reporting, at least negatively reporting on her daughter. And I personally completely understand because, okay, let me say, when it comes down to new media versus legacy media, new media a lot of times gets it wrong. A lot of people actually are not even professionals, like investigators, like myself. I want to be very clear when I'm saying this, I am an investigator. I did train as an investigator. I did work in the field of child welfare safety. However, we need to get into Tisa Tells, who just recently posted a video yesterday. 6 minutes, the first 6 minutes of this video, I counted 15 lies, misleading statements, or just misinformation, or maybe she just didn't really look into this case before she started covering it. Let's get into it.
But all jokes aside, he's gonna be. One of the family members have just gotten arrested.
Okay, clearly we see right here in the title, it says shocking update, second arrest made in Dacara Thompson's case. No, Tisa, there was not a second arrest made. There was only one arrest made, and that was Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez. That individual was arrested. However, his cousin was detained by ICE the following day after he was arrested. He is being detained. He's not been arrested, and he's not being charged with anything when it comes down to Dacara and what unfortunately happened to her. Moving on.
One of the family members have just gotten arrested. People are asking questions. How did they not know? You guys all live together. How did somebody come home at 10 o'clock at night with someone and you don't even know?
She clearly says Mendez and Dacara went to his home on Cambridge. She said this happened at 10 o'clock p.m. That is misleading and it's a lie. That's when Dacara left her dad's house. After the fact, at 11:50, that's when the dad texted her. That's when she said she's going to get gas. They didn't actually end up at Mendez's house until around 3 o'clock. Get your facts straight.
How was blood found in the room and you sit up there like, I don't know what happened? How did you not know that that baby that walked into your house, because there was a million of y'all in there?
I'm loving this part because she says there is 1 million people living inside the home. She made it seem like it was a trap house or something like this. No, there was actually a standard American family, the size of a standard American family, 2 children, 2 adults, husband and wife. That's what was living inside the house. They allowed Mendez to move into their home, but he was not there for long. I'm not sure exactly how long, but he was not there for long. So Tisa, stop making it look like this, like it's some kind of ghetto or something like this. Like the narrative that you put out there is just always so disturbing. She also implied that the family saw Dacara inside of the home. No, Tisa, based on the records and what's being said, at least in the filings, nobody knew that she was inside the home. They did hear her inside the home, not knowing who her was. However, they did not see Dacara inside of the home. You're sitting up here and you're saying, oh, there was media and all this other stuff going on. They could have been clueless. I'm not defending anyone, but I'm just saying they could have been clueless to what was really going on because they never actually saw the girl.
That this wasn't the same girl that's been plastered all over the news in the tri-state area.
Now, this is the one that made me laugh my off, right? Because she said the tri-state area. Everybody from the tri-state area. Where is the tri-state area? It is New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. That is the only tri-state area, Tisa. What you're referring to is the DMV. DMV cannot be the tri-state area because DC, it's not a state, honey. What are you talking about?
She was 19 years old, okay? She went out to get gas. She was only gone an hour. Her dad felt something was off. Apparently, they had a very close relationship, okay? She lived with her dad.
Here we go. She lived with her dad. No, she did not live with her dad. She was staying with her dad because she was doing an internship. The dad's home happened to be closer to an internship, so she stayed with her father. However, she lived with her mother.
She left her key fob to get in. She left her wallet. She left her purse. And she was parked in front of the hydrant on the wrong thing. Okay, now in the video that the police first showed her, she was just walking.
This one right here had me like floored. Like, really, sis, don't stop reporting on this story. And we're hoping that this video right here, hit that like button. We're hoping that this video right here will expose you, because this is the same thing that you did to Sean Combs. You sit up there and you start spreading all this negativity, and you don't even have your facts straight at all. But this one right here threw me completely off when she said the key fob was left inside the car, as well as the phone were left inside the car. Everybody who's been covering this story, we all know the key fob and the phone were on her person. The only thing that was left inside the car was her purse. Her mom said this directly, was her purse with all her IDs inside of it. What are you talking about?
Okay, now in the video that the police first showed us, she was just walking. And the police already knew what happened. They were just trying to dot their I's.
She clearly says the police know exactly what happened when they saw Dacara walking in the video at 1:35 a.m. on the 23rd. That is a lie. Dacara did not get picked up at that time. The pickup and what actually took place, that happened in another location. It happened inside of a strip mall parking lot where they had the conversation. That video, it is a snippet of what possibly happened to her, because we're not sure if that's her or not. However, that is not where the actual assault or whatever took place. That's not the point right there, honey.
I'm not gonna lie. Some people suspect the father. I did a video about it. I was like, I don't think the father had anything to do with it. However, and this had nothing to do with the father, most people are murked by people they know. Maybe not the father, maybe not the mother, but somebody that knows. So that is why with those investigations, they look at the family and friends first.
Now, this is the one that bothers the out of me, right? I'm going to put the phone down here, honey, right? This is the one that bothers the F out of me, right? Because Tisa did her very first video, and in the very first video that she did regarding Dacara Thompson, she played a TikTok of an individual saying the father might be to blame, let a lot of guilt or just reason for us to think that maybe the father has something to do with this.
I hate to say this, but where was her father that night? Because he's the one who found her vehicle. How did he find that vehicle so fast? How did he find that vehicle parked by that fire hydrant in the opposite direction so fast? Was it like right across the street from their house or something? Like, I need some logistics on this, because that doesn't make sense. There's something suspicious about the father, you guys.
However, your video that you just posted, now you're saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe people said this. No, oh my gosh, we can't believe that you said this. You are the professional right now. You have over 600,000 followers. We expect you to be the responsible party when you're doing these cases. For you to actually put that video up, use that video in your segment, that led to 600,000 people questioning Dakara's dad. Don't say people did that. No, Tisa, people is you. You did that once you added that to your video. This is the same thing that I called you out for many moons ago when you covered Sean Diddy Combs. I said it's people like you who jeopardize the case. You're worried about everybody else talking. No, it's you. You're talking, your misinformation that ruins cases. And yeah, I'm a little bit bothered right now, because I'm like, okay, this is somebody's life. This is somebody's child. This is somebody that we all care about. That's why a lot of people are reporting on this. And you're just sitting up here actually reporting on this with not a bit of information, not a bit of insight. You're just spewing. And I find it really odd that you took this video, you took it to Sean Combs. We'll get into that a little bit later, honey. Let's move on.
So what ended up happening? All right. So then they released the full video once they catch that monster Hernandez.
She clearly says that this individual's last name is Hernandez. No, his surname, sis, is Mendez. Get your facts straight.
And she's walking to the car. She walks over to an SUV. They talk for a moment. She gets in, right? She gets in. He takes her to a house that he shares with his family. Kids live there. A husband lived there. A wife, an uncle. So many people live in that house.
She said there was an uncle living in the house on Cambridge with the family of 4 plus the cousin. No, there was no uncle. Stop making it look like it was a trap house. The only people who were living there was a standard family of 4 plus the cousin.
These monsters online are saying, oh my God, she was a sex worker. She was this, she was that. And even if she was, which she was not, right? How does that mean that she deserved for anything to happen to her? See, the Diddy apologists to blame the victim pipeline it's there.
And Tisa, I don't know exactly what footage you're looking at, but I don't recall anyone actually referring to Dacara as a SEX worker. I don't know. There have been a couple of implications and a lot of people have questions, but I mean, people are going to have questions. It is what it is. You need to be respectful though when you're having your questions and when you're making your videos, and I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about people in general. However, I think that people have every right to ask certain questions. If they're investigators, an investigator's going to sit up there and ask those kind of questions. Even though they're fake investigators, you're going to ask those kind of questions. There's a lot of things to question when it comes down to that. I understand what they're saying. You, on the other hand, I don't understand you and your coverage. And these people, they were not saying a SEX worker. That's what you put out there. They're saying maybe it was a sugar daddy kind of situation. She shouldn't have been dealing with an older man if they were dealing with each other. That's what people are saying. People are not saying that she was actually a SEX worker. That's what you put out there to 600K people. That's what you did.
One thing you can count on these people to do is to always take up for the men. They were throwing up cloaks of protection. How dare you accuse her father? And I get it, right? And with that, I was like, well, yeah, hell yeah. But see, that's the thing about these Captain Save-A-Hoes.
Honey, at 4 minutes and 53 seconds, the truth finally comes out. Because everything that Tisa does, in my opinion, is always selfish. It's always something about her. She was trying to clear up her tracks of her saying that dad was responsible or possibly responsible because she used that TikToker's video inside of her first video. Now she's trying to clear the air. But not only is she trying to clear the air, she's actually trying to place blame on other people. You guys, for the sake of time, I'm going to actually cover this specific piece right here. I'm going to cover this in another video. Because I'm like, sis, I see you. I see you, sis. Don't sit up here lying to us. You're sitting up there trying to deflect and get the attention off of you. When they're telling people they don't want them reporting on this story, they're talking about you, sis. Every time that you come out and do a video, I find it really ironic every time they do a press conference. That is not by mistake, honey. They're trying to get ahead of the story because they don't want you leading the story. That's just my opinion.
Even if she was, which she was not, but the fact that there is a victim and there are so many women, I expect this mess from men, but so many women that are twisting reality and doing everything they can to blame it on her instead of looking at the victim. Looking at the demon and saying, what? How dare you? It's never the man's fault. And they proudly doing it like they are CSI. What is wrong with y'all? I bet you looking at their bios, they're the ones saying, yeah, free puff, he ain't do nothing. Cassie ain't a victim.
Last but not least, here she goes with her gaslighting mechanisms that she always pulls out, and she refers to the Sean Diddy Combs. Let's bring him up. Let's say everybody's sitting, women are trying to protect him. Oh my gosh, women are trying to protect the dad. Honey, nobody's trying to protect the dad. Nobody's even talking about the dad except for you. We're trying to get the story out regarding Dacara Thompson. We're not sitting here placing blame. You're the only one trying to place blame, deflect, trying to say it's everybody else's fault. No, hon, it's your fault. Take blame. And what the hell is your obsession with Sean Diddy Combs? Honey, I've been to a lot of the parties, okay? Don't get me wrong, they were amazing. But at the same time, honey, your obsession is really bonkers. It's scary almost. And now let me do my mic drop moment. This is why you guys need to stop listening to just anybody and everybody. I don't care how many subscribers they have. You guys need to stop listening to every and anybody, because this is exactly how she took and hijacked the Sean Diddy Combs case. And then everything that she reported for the most part has been wrong. The jury spoke and they said no. Whatever Tisa was spewing for 2 years before Sean Diddy Combs' trial, yeah, Tisa was completely wrong on multiple, at least 90% of her coverage. We're not going to let you hijack Dacara Thompson's case, her story, and mess it up and ruin the chances of the family getting justice, ruin the chances of maybe even Mendez, his family, getting justice. We're not doing that. If you guys want to see a real, actual investigator at work, I think I mic drop again. I think I show what I do. But hit that like button. But if you want to see an actual investigation into this case, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for your support. Bye.